Yo, what's up? Stubble Killer here to bring you guys a Sky Striker deck profile. Let's jump right into it. We play 3 copies of Ash Blossoms. I know Ash is not really seeing too much play this format, but it's good against Rogue. It's good against meta. Like Ash paired up with another hand trap is kind of GG. I do like this card. It has so many good applications, so I do like this card. 1 copy of Tops. Really good going second card. You don't have to play this. You can play the 3rd copy of Rose. I know a lot of people don't like playing more than 2, but sometimes if you don't see a Scout Striker monsters, you literally just lose the game. The copies of Effect Rather, we play a whole lot of hand traps in this build. This format is just literally nuts. If your opponent goes off, gets a Scythe Lock, you can't play. So you need as much hand traps to stop your opponent from going off as possible. 2 copies of Ghost Bell, Haunted Mansion. You play 2 copies of Bell. Good against the Scythe Lock. Good against DPE Recursion. It's really good application against a lot of strategies. 2 copies of Ghost Ogre. We play 2 copies of this. Really good against the Brave Engine. You don't have to deal with the bull crap. It's good against Griffin because Griffin has to shuffle back in the deck though. Successfully negate. You can just pop it. 3 copies in the bureau. We play a whole lot of hand traps because, literally, if you don't stop your opponent for setting up the Scythe Lock or playing, you don't stop them from playing the game, you just lose. You just lose if you don't open up at least 1 or 2 hand traps in your opening hand. Self-explanatory. I know this card can be in the side, but I do prefer the main nib to take care of a lot of problems. 3 copies of Ray. You already know Ray's base, so you got to play 3 copies of her. I mean, if you don't see Ray or see any Sky Striker monster, you lose. So 3 copies, probably the best Sky Striker card in the deck is Ray. 2 copies of Rose. I'm really debating on putting this card to 3. Probably take out the Breaker Tops and bump this card up to 3. 2 is really good for me right now. When a new support comes out, I'm definitely going to play 3 Rose so I can just do the OTK quicker. 2 Rose, you need more copies. You can play less. You can play 1. You can play 2. Honestly, I'm thinking of playing 3 because if you don't see a monsters, like I said, you just lose. 1 call by the grave. You want your plays to go through. 1 copy of Mystic Mind. Yeah, really good for stalling. Sometimes you don't open up any monsters, so you need a card to facilitate so you can survive and be in the game longer. Mine's good. I know people don't like this card, but the fact that you have to deal every single deck can set up an Omni Gate, so you need something so you can play in the game. So I have 1 copy of mine. 2 copies of Raigeki. Really good, strong going second card. Clear out a board. It's really not much to say about that. 1 copy of Rhoda, the other copy of Ray. 1 Area Zero. When the new support come out, I'm thinking of putting this to 2. Just 1 for now. 1 copy of Burners. This card actually got me convinced to possibly bump this card up to 2. It's really good going second. 3 or more spell cards, you pop a back row, so you get 2 for 1, you pop a monster in a back row. Self-explanatory. 1 Eagle Booster, you want your plays to go through. I mean, this is not necessary, but I do like this card. Really good. Counter to hand traps and other things. 1 Hornet Drones, I would play more sadly, but another copy of Ray pretty much. 2 Shark Cannon, really good. Going second card, Monster Reborn, DD Crow. 3 Widow Anchor, probably one of the best Sky Striker spells in this deck. It's a Snatch Steal and it's Effect Negation, so it's really good. Striker literally is really good in the Scythe Locks because they have Widow, they have Anchor, they have in archetypes engines to get rid of the problems. 1 multi-roll. Honestly, they should bump this card up to 2, but I know they're not going to do it. Really good. This card literally forces your opponent to get rid of it, because once you activate this and use the effects as we go through, your opponent cannot respond to none of your spell cards. Really good card. Going second, really good. 1 copy of Engage, pretty much a +2. Get a draw card, 3 or more spell cards. We already know this has been around for 3 years. Standard. 1 Terraforming, another copy of mine or 0. 1 Upstart, 39 card deck, right? Three copies of Imprims. You play a whole lot of hand traps. This is actually good going first and second. You deal with the bullshit Scythe Lock. So we can jump into the extra deck. One access code. Best Link 4, self-explanatory. One of the Charmer. You can summon back your opponent's DPE. You can summon back you can summon back pretty much any dark because most of the monsters are dark in this game. When this card gets destroyed by battle card effect, you get a freak Ray. So this is another copy of Ray essentially. One Unicore, spot removal. Grisu. It shows up sometimes to get rid of the problematic cards that can't be targeted. Dragoon, cards that can't be destroyed by card effects. Cards that can't be targeted, so you don't have to play this, but I do prefer this card. I like it. 2 copies of Hayate. You can play 3. 3 doesn't show up in this build for me, but if you play this deck correctly, you don't ever need the third one. It only shows up in like weird niche interactions when like you're like, okay, well I need Hayate here, but it doesn't even happen as often. 2 copies of Kagari. This pretty much makes the deck like really grindy. Just keep grabbing a resource, keep grabbing the resource you need, keep grabbing engage. This paired with like multi-row, Widow Anchor, you just keep grabbing resources from the graveyard and just keep using it. 1 copy of Kaina. Kaina, I'm probably never gonna cut this card because you need it in this format. Because just so you can live a turn and continue to play your game. So 1 copy of her. 3 copies of Shizuku. I've been seeing 2 copies in deck profiles. I've been testing 3 and I actually love it. It adds more consistency, adds more to your grind game. I'm probably not going to cut her down to 2. Definitely going to play 3. I'm just going to stay at 3. 2 copies of Zeke. This card is so fucking good. Paired up with Nibiru, the fact that you just go, boom, you clear out somebody's board in Nibiru, and then you just summon like a Ray or a Rose, and you go into Zeke and get rid of the token. This is why you can main deck Nibiru and like cards like Pankratops or high impact cards. You can actually main Phantasme. The fact that you have Zeke to clear it off, it's actually not a bad card. 2 copies of this, I've always wanted 2 copies of this in this deck. I've been testing 2. It's been working out fine. This is probably one of the best cards. I really love this card. Let's jump into the side deck. 3 copies of Cosmic Cyclone. Pretty much standard back row removal. 3 copies of Shared Ride. They make you go first. You get plus. You get pluses. You draw into your hand traps, right? It's really good. 3 copies of Evenly Match. Pretty much a standard card for like board wiping and stuff like that. Back row over Monster Mash. You can Raigeki them. You can Mystic Mine. You can bait stuff out, and then you can hit them with the Evenly Match. They won't expect it. And the funny I can't talk. Really neat interaction with this card. If they have a token on board, they have to keep the token. Token can't banish, so they have to keep the token. So it's really niche. It's a really, really niche and really good interaction. 3 copies of Judgment. A lot of people, when they see you're on Striker, game 1, and if you win, they kind of force you to go first. So you need something to stop your plays. So 3 copies of Judgment. 3 copies of TC Boo. This can honestly, you can replace this with like Summon Limit, Trolls, whatever you choose. I do like this as a lot of mono decks, this format, but with base and a bunch of like these hybrid decks running around, I don't think this card is that impactful. So I'm honestly thinking of replacing this with Summon Limit or like maybe Dark Ruler or something else going second. Maybe Salesman or something like that. I don't know. Maybe something like that. And that's it for the deck profile. If you have any comments, leave them down below. WKiller out. You guys have a wonderful day. And see you.